And ladies and gentlemen, we have Coach Smook all right here on the Primetime Live Show. How you doing today, good buddy?
What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Oh, it's good seeing you too, man.
Listen, I'm
And
excited today, man. A lot of Alabama football news and recruiting has been coming out. We've been seeing a lot more interviews come out with the coaching staff, different outlets reporting quality coverage during the offseason, keeping us busy and thinking and talking about our Alabama Crimson Tide football program. So I'm excited to be here tonight and to jump into a couple of topics that we're going to discuss tonight.
oh, great, man. That's the perfect segue right there because, like, we're going over our recap on Jett Thomalla flipping from Ames, Iowa at Iowa State to Alabama. And I got to tell you, that's a huge win right there.
I mean, uh, a perfect win. You got to think we want to go and get a premier guy in this class. Kind of have been dibbling, dabbling, looking at one or two guys, trying to kind of fill that void in this class with getting a quality quarterback prospect. And Jett Thomalla was somebody that Alabama was interested in last spring, very heavy. And once he made his commitment, they kind of just changed their direction and what they wanted to do. And we had some developments late last night. And I didn't think to even look into it because of the current status of what this recruiting agenda was or what I understood it to be. But this morning, right after I went live, I started getting developments and we started, picking up buzz about a big name commit coming. And I want to say nobody really knew until probably like 9 o'clock that it was anything really behind it. So a huge steal in the night type move for Alabama. But it wasn't foreign to see this coming. Just you didn't expect it this early from just the way he committed last year during the spring to Iowa State.
Man, yeah, because it was like the moment we were hearing news about that he's interested in coming to Alabama, I was like, we got a shot at getting him.
Mhm.
And plus, that's our seventh commit for the 2026 recruiting class. And that's our first quarterback for the 2026 recruiting class. And when I did the video on my reaction to Jett Thomalla committing to Alabama earlier today, I mentioned that this is going to be amazing for our future because regardless of who's going to be our starting quarterback for 2025, between Ty Simpson or Keelan Russell's going to be here for the future. And then
Right,
once
right.
Keelan Russell leaves, like I'm sure Jett will probably redshirt for 2026. And, you're going to have Jett there to round out the end of the 2020s decade. So I think whatever happens, it's got to be a huge win.
I think this more so just creates value in that quarterback room. When you look at how the room is kind of phasing out, you got to start stacking depth, right? Quality depth at that position. And just because you have a 5-star in the 26 class doesn't mean you shouldn't be going to go and get another 4-star, 5-star quality guy. And I mean, Coach Saban did it for years, where we had 4-star and 5-star quarterbacks just stacked on the roster with different skill sets, and you breed a competitive environment, and it's gonna produce the best quality product to put on the field. So a guy like Jett Thomalla, who I believe is just as developed mechanically as Keelan Russell is or was at the stage he was going into his senior year. I think Jett Thomalla is right there. Skill sets are different. They bring different things to the game, just like every quarterback in the Alabama quarterback room right now. But that commit is huge because you got to look at the 27 class, and Alabama has been very, very vocal. The people that follow the recruiting sources and things of that nature, the recruiting strategy for this new administration, they were very vocal about targeting, trying to get at least two prospects in the two quarterback prospects signed in the 27 class. And some in-state guys are really high on their list, but there are also, one or two guys out west that they've been watching over the years that are developing in phase of what Kalen DeBoer and this Ryan Grubb, offensive play calling system is designed for. So it's going to be an interesting next year and a half. Just because we have the commitment now doesn't mean it sticks. I mean, Jett Thomalla is a high commodity in this class, one of the more so underrated. With the respectable 4-star rating, I think he's a little bit underrated, not spoken much of. And I think a lot of that had to do with just him being committed to Iowa State and being so solid with them for so long. But I think this is a good thing for him. If anything, it's probably a move to increase NIL value. You know, that's been some of the things said around the move. But even if in that, the fact that you have the interest from Alabama, it shows you the quality of prospect that you are, and you deserve to be put in the mix of this new business aspect of recruiting and get what you deserve. If there's other quarterbacks in this class that are committing to other schools that have more of a marquee name and can provide that NIL support, you know, and that what you deserve, right? What you've earned, then by all means explore those options. And I think Alabama provides that for them. And a lot of times we will knock that, you know, when it happens to Alabama, when people choose other places over Alabama because they have a better opportunity to meet every single one of their needs, right? Well, it's happening for us right now. And if let's just be honest, you're talking about Iowa State, Alabama. Where are you going to go as a quarterback and expect to have an NFL draft stock just because of the logo that you wore on your chest, not your name on your back, right? Alabama does that for the collegiate NFL drafts, transitioning NFL drafts prospect. You know, so pretty good news there, and I'm excited. I think he's probably one of. I don't think that's like a catalyst commit for us. You know, I love to talk about catalyst commits, guys that could really change the shape of your recruiting class. I think there's more so on the defensive side with some of the prospects we should be getting here in the coming days or weeks. So but a huge pickup, a good pickup, a surprise pickup. You know, they call me the recruiting guy. I did not see this one coming this quickly. I heard the talks late last night, like I said, but this morning I guess it was just one of those decisions, and it from both sides. Like I said, Jackson, the business side of it, if that's what it is smart. If it's really a schematic thing, I'm about my future. It's even smarter. Trent Seaborn just expressed how great of a opportunity or a blessing it was to be re-offered by Alabama in the 27 class, and I think he's more of a skilled quarterback than Jett Thomalla. So to know that he's on there and to commit, it's a lot of different factors that make me look at this as both on both sides, beneficial for both sides, Alabama and Jett Thomalla, who's a quality quarterback prospect and deserves to have that type of attention in this recruiting process.
I'll tell you this, for recruiting, I'm always going to make sure to go to you, go to Brody Smoot, and go to Leanne Herring. Because, I mean, it's like, y'all are the big three. I mean, it's like, note to self, we need to have like an on-the-move crossover with the three of them and Mark Rogers. That would be a amazing show right there.
I'm looking forward to interacting with Leanne. We kind of dialogued off scene about some possible future things that's going on in recruiting, and she has a lot to offer as far as educating me in the lane that I'm trying to pursue in this industry, and she's really doing it, man. Like you said, it's an honor to be a part of this team because I'm kind of rubbing elbows with some people that's got some experience in this industry, and I'm really shaping my direction and how I want to assist this team based off of how they're putting out, how this team is putting off work. So I'm excited about it, man. And like this news about Jett Thomalla, you know, I even asked her, like, has she heard anything on the wire? All of us were. So when I'm in the same type of fields, reacting to information when it comes to recruiting, when I'm on the same line or the same timing as some of the big names that's been in it for 10+ years, I think we're doing a pretty good job over here at Coach Smoot Network and the Voice of College Football, Alabama Voice of College Football. So I love what we're doing here, man.
Same, man. I'm always looking forward to the magic that you're making. Like that, it's like you're a magician, and Leanne's like I call her the busiest woman in the land because she's at like Wildcats Wild, Rebel Walt, Voice
Yeah,
College,
all over, man. And that's you know what type of like flexibility that it requires to stay on top of it, not to just do it, but to stay on top of it and actually provide quality information. And that's what I think is has been lacking for so long in this industry with the old style of media reporting. But now that you see people stepping out on the social media platforms and things of that nature, it's a lot better, and people are being informed with the right information, and then also just quality information. I did an interview with J. Mike Garrett, the young man that just decommitted from Auburn recently. I did an interview with him on my channel, and just the quality of a prospect that he presented himself to be on camera, not what 247 Sports or On3 said or wrote about him, just what he was able to come on and present because of the nature and the environment that we kind of enhance on the network. I can't wait for that to flourish over here on the Voice of College Football, because a lot more recruits like Tristan Keys would love to come on the show and explain to Bama Nation, hey, I love Bama. I've always had a feel for Bama. I like what Bama's doing. The staff just said it would be a different, whatever was discussed. I would like for him to tell the story instead of some fake recruiting insider writing a story that they saw on from a message board. So I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I never really go to message boards for recruit. I always like to go to recruiting insiders. That's just me.
Yeah, and even us recruiting, I say us. I feel like I've earned that title. I've put in the work, and I've made enough network connections to where when I'm actually talking to recruiting analysts and scouts, that's part of my daily conversation, talking to staffs, and I feel like you get a certain level of connection inside of programs than what the normal fan does. And so us insiders, we can be literally talking to a collegiate, not a collegiate, but a prospect today. Like I was talking to Dash Arrington last week, and
Ooh.
I was for sure that it was going to be Texas A&M or Oregon. He comes to Alabama, and Alabama, there's a great visit there. He's impacted. They impress him, and he's expressing that he's impressed. And I'm telling the fan base, like, don't get excited. That's just a young man that understands the value of appreciating opportunities, right? And you get into that, and they express it. That's the smart thing to do. It creates value for you. It shows that you're past. And shout out to I thought I got something, but it's a lot of things that factor into all of these players and their decision making, but these are the small things that matter when they have a place to where they can speak and put the real situations out about their journey, because some of them they take the smart route and they continue to create value for them. Some of them they might piss down their leg a little bit every now and then with some of the things that they do, but overall, it's an opportunity for them. It's an opportunity at the end of the day, that's what they're looking for: opportunity to present themselves and create value for themselves, and that's what we're here to assist and do. And I love what Alabama staff is doing in recruiting. Man, it's different. That's the importance of
I
building relationships.
love what Coach Mo is doing on the staff. It's like nobody's talked about him. I hear a lot about Kane Womack, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if we had like if Kane Womack was leaving Alabama for another job opportunity, I think we'd be in good hands for defensive coordinator, because like you got to promote Coach Mo from within.
I mean, you got Coach Mo still on staff. You got Coach Roach, who I believe is finally coming into a place of maturity in his his coaching tenure, where he wants to probably elevate, but come out of position coaching and development, and give a shot at coordinating. He's been in part of some structural systems during his tenure under Kirby Smart at one point. Then a few different defensive coordinators, defensive minds came in under the GOAT, Coach Saban. He's learned a lot of his structural and foundational teachings. So I think that's something that's, that Saban tree is going to continue to expand. Freddie Roach. But like you said, you got Coach Mo right there, who's a former head coach at Buffalo two seasons ago right now. And now he's a cornerback, defensive back coach slash assistant defensive coordinator. So it's, given all the value and minds that we have across the staff, you're not wrong, man. I think Coach Mo is one of those guys. He's going to be in high demand. Coach Shep on the offensive side is going to be in high demand. Grubb is going to be in high demand. Coach Cap, like this could be the year after what I see as being a huge year for Alabama. I think this is the year we see the coaching staff start to get poached. You get what I'm saying? The early days of Saban tenure, or the Saban era, when after the first natty, I think that'll start happening a lot earlier in today's game. So going to be an interesting little journey to continue to follow, man.